Michal, I have to talk to you.
Okay.
I've decided to quit the channel.
You can't quit the channel. It's not so simple. We review every single week free games from Epic, and I can't do this alone.
I'm afraid I've made my decision.
What?
Goodbye, Michal.
You mean adios?
Adios!
Is there's these walking simulators,
Yeah.
and this is a talking simulator with some walking.
The story is you are a pig farmer who has decided to quit his job, which turns out to be a much more serious decision than you might think.
And during the conversations, there are some mini games like throwing horseshoes or shooting clay pigeons.
The game is set in a very beautiful, serene environment. The cel-shaded graphics might not be to everyone's taste, but I found it to be done extremely well. But the star of the show is the voice acting that immediately made an emotional connection with the characters. It's very well done. Even the script, the pacing might be a little bit slow, but the script is very well written and you really connect with the characters. While you're listening to a lot of dialogue, from time to time you have to make choices. But the choices do get more restricted as you go farther into the story. The goal of the game is to make you feel some pretty strong emotions. But then the question is, should you play it? But first, you should know that this game is completely free from the Epic Game Store the week starting January 26th, 2023. If you claim it during that week, you can add it to your library and keep it forever. Install it whenever you want. Well, a very short, emotional gaming experience.
While you say short, we should say that it is almost exactly like hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because there are no multiple endings and there's not much to do except the talking. So this is more like a movie to me, and I'm really glad it's dubbed, because without dubbing there would be no way I would even touch this game. And I touched it and it was okay, but since it was a bit boring and the only thing that is good about it is the visuals and voice acting, I don't say it's a bad game, but I don't see much point of playing it unless you want to feel some strong emotions.
Would you say that it does make you feel some strong emotions, though?
Some parts, yes.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
Yeah, that's what I would add to it. Is that,
Okay.
the visuals are quite good, although it's very restricted. It is not an open world.
Yeah.
The voice acting is excellent, and I would say there are moments in the story that made me feel genuine, strong feelings. But it is more like watching an hour and 15-minute video with a very restrictive focus. And I was on the fence about this game like the entire time through. But at a certain point, even though it's an hour and 15 minutes, it seemed like it had one idea and it just kept stretching that to the end.
But I have to say that we have read the description before playing the game, and I think
This was a mistake.
That what ruined our experience, because we know the point at the beginning, and that could ruin any movie. And it did ruin the game for me. So if you didn't read the description, if you don't know what is it exactly about, you should actually play it.
And there have been no spoilers in this review so far, and not really knowing what's going on with the two main characters would have made it a much more interesting
and
experience.
much more stronger emotion.
But overall, I would say that most gamers are not going to find this worth their time, even though it is an hour. There's not much game in this game.
There is a shooting in the game, but not in the way that you would like.
Yeah. Now, if you're looking for a 1 hour kind of movie experience with a very focused emotional story, it's not bad for that. But for most gamers, I'm going to have to say, no, this is probably not worth your time. The last thing I would say is that there are dialogue choices, but it doesn't actually make any difference, and very quickly you feel like your choices don't matter.
Yeah.
But if you want to play a story-based game where your decisions do matter, and with a much more kind of game element, then The Wolf Among Us is a great one. And the sequel is coming up. We have a review for The Wolf Among Us right up here somewhere.
And as usual, you can find more videos about free games on our channel, so stay tuned for more. Bye.
Bye.